The 5-minute field guide presented by the Geneva Historic Preservation Commission. This installment, Glass, Shaping Architecture. As the Historic Preservation Commission, we typically focus on the style, operation, and materials that compose a window. We rarely spend a great deal of time discussing the attributes of the glass itself. In many windows with clear glass, the significance of the glazing is easily understood. However, in some cases, the glazing details are the significant detail of the window unit because of the functional purpose, artistic design, interior aesthetics, or combination of all. The design and placement of windows is typically related to the building use, function, aesthetics, and desire to control natural light and views. In architectural design of all eras, regardless of the window type, glass is the singular material that bridges exterior design with interior decoration. Historically, glass, as you might imagine, was difficult to transport over the many bumpy miles that pioneers had to travel to reach Illinois during the early period of settlement. Glass was a luxury at a time when pioneers needed so many other things. Most of the pioneer log houses did not have glass, just shutters that covered small openings that let breezes in and smoke from oil lamps and fireplaces out. Another early alternative to glass was grease-soaked paper affixed to small window openings. By the mid-1830s, glass was readily attainable in northeastern Illinois. However, through the 1850s, much glass was hardened with potato starch, which caused bubbles to form and reduced clarity. From a building's exterior, glass allows an architect or builder to obscure or exploit the interiors of his or her buildings. From a building's interior, glass enables the architect or builder to reject or embrace the surrounding environment. The quality and design of glazing significantly impacts the connection between the interior and exterior environments. Glass may purposefully separate interiors from exteriors, may partially obscure one from the other, or may completely integrate the two. St. Mark's Church in Geneva incorporates grisaille and painted glass windows, which help to filter out light and also provide a barrier between the exterior environment and the spiritual interior environment. From unique, one-of-a-kind windows by famed Tiffany Studios or mass-produced windows sold through catalogs, leaded art glass windows separate the outside world from the interior world. Most of us are familiar with church windows, which sought to separate the worldly environment from a spiritual environment. However, residential examples of art glass were found in entry vestibules and stair halls, where art glass was used during the more formal late Victorian period to minimize harsh glares and provide a dramatic setting for the times when the lady of the house would ascend the staircase when greeting on callers in the vestibule, where invitations may or not be made to enter into the formal family parlors. So while glass may be perceived as a utilitarian material, it is actually a reflection of the activities that occurred within an architectural space. Colored and acid-etched glass were popular and more affordable alternatives to art glass. Leaded beveled glass became more popular as the Victorian period customs began to wane and natural daylight was more desirable as interior decoration tastes changed. The colored glass and beveled glass cast colors throughout the interiors of buildings, light patterns that changed with the orientation and intensity of the sun. At the turn of the century, optimizing daylight for deep commercial spaces was a priority. Prismatic glass was an advancement that allowed daylight to travel further into the deep spaces of many small stores, eliminating the need for the dangerous and expensive gas lighting during much of the day. The use of prismatic glass also suggests where awnings, if installed, should be located for historical accuracy. Awnings on storefronts without prismatic glass were located below the cast iron lintel. Awnings on storefronts with prismatic glass were located between the transom and the storefront display windows, thereby protecting pedestrians and helping to keep a store cool while allowing natural daylight to permeate the store space. Originally, prismatic tiles were clear. Until World War I, manganese was added to the process to decolorize the otherwise green glass. Decades of exposure to ultraviolet radiation, however, can cause a reaction to the manganese that then imparts a purple or pinkish tone to the glass. Sidewalk prisms were used to light the service vaults below public sidewalks and made the basement level of many department stores more inviting for the shopping public. Prairie School architects such as Frank Lloyd Wright were masterful in designing art glass panels that connected the interior with the natural environment while screening out undesirable views. By the mid-20th century, improvements in glass manufacturing allowed international and modernist architects to exploit the use of large expanses of glass to unite the interior and exterior environments of their buildings and setting. From the late 1870s to the 1950s, figured or patterned glass allowed daylight to permeate rooms but provide maximum privacy where it was necessary or required, such as residential bathrooms, public restrooms, or executive offices and conference rooms. Beginning in the early 1920s, glass brick or glass block became popular as functional building components that allowed daylighting. Glass block was available in a wide range of patterns, sizes, and colors, allowing architects, especially those who advanced the Art Deco and modern styles, to integrate light-transmitting panels as part of the wall itself. Understanding a building's exterior use and design, in combination with its interior use, function, aesthetics, and desire to control natural light and/or views, assists in the evaluation of the significance of glazing in a historic building. Thank you for watching this installment of the 5-Minute Field Guide, Glass Shaping Architecture.